Hey guys, welcome back to another TryHackMe Capture the Flag Challenge video. So today we'll be working on one room related to Java serialization attack. So the room name is Tony the Tiger, and here you go. So I have just started the machine because it will take few minutes to start all the components to start, and it says 5 minutes for the initial boot, and then Java, the web application taking time to fully initiate the boot. So roughly 10 minutes we need to wait, and while this time is running, maybe we can start with the um, basic nmap scan. So first thing first, let's start the nmap scan sc-sv and the IP address. While this is running, we can explore all the questions here in this room. So at the beginning, it gives some basic overview in this supporting material section. So just read about it, and then it has some basic questions like starting with what is the great IRL example of an object. So it is clearly written here, the lamp, and then what is the acronym of the possible type of attack resulting from a serialization attack. So the type of attack uh, ranging from DOS, data leakage. So this is one of the acronym. Then what low level format get converted into. So there is also mentioned here somewhere byte stream. So then the next section talks about reconnaissance. So for this nmap will give some details about it. So it has asked for service running on port 8080. So this has not shown any output for port 80 and scan just the standard ports. So if we scan explicitly port 8080, we are receiving state as closed and no version detail, because if we access this URL on port 80, it is not working, while port 80 is also open. Apache HTTP is running here. Title is Tony's blog. So if we run this URL on port 80, we are able to access the Tony's blog. So uh, we can skip this part and can come to this later, and can go to the find Tony's flag section. So in this it says just find the flag, have the formatting of THM. I have just masked the flag, and it talks about the blog, which is this, and it has some text, um, and in source nothing is mentioned. In comments you can read it carefully if you want, and there are two posts, and apart from that nothing is there. If we click contact me, nothing is happening, and this is the main URL. So then if we go to these two pages, we can see one image and some other text, nothing in source as well, and the same thing here. So uh, the only thing which we can try is to check the stag hide or any other method of these images. What will work is will be for this image. So if we save this image in the temp directory, and if we check the uh, JPEG file using steg height, steg height x hyphen extract hyphen sf be passphrase blank, and nothing is working here, and it says corrupt JPEG data 38 extraneous bytes before marker this. So we can use any hex editor to check um, the bytes, or we can use the string command. So strings, and then file name is be, and here is the flag. So this is the same flag written twice, so you can use this flag to complete the answer. Then if we go back here, the next section is about exploit. So before we go to exploit, I'm going back to the reconnaissance section, and if I run the port scan again on port 8080, and if I try to refresh this, 13 minutes have already passed, and I can now access the JBoss by Red Hat. So if I zoom in here, and we can uh, read all the information which is mentioned here in this page, and on nmap scan it shows us the exact version which can be used, which is acceptable answer for this question uh, here. And then what is the name of the front end application? So it is JBoss. Now let's go to exploit. So um, it just uh, shared some information regarding one of the CVE and some example on the working of the payload, and there is a file which can be downloaded. So I downloaded this file. It is called jboss.zip, and if we unzip it, it gives us exploit.py, serial.jar, and if we go to JBoss ls, and if we check the exploit, it has not mentioned any method to run the exploit. Um, I could not make this exploit work. So what I did, I just checked for JBoss two things. Number one, if I click on administration console, it redirects us to administration login page. It will come up in few seconds, and I check for the default credential. So it says admin/admin is the JBoss web console and JMX administration console default login and password. I'm not sure why it is taking this much of time. Another thing we can check for is JBoss exploit. Let's see what comes up. So the first thing which is coming for JBoss exploit. So If we open this, and if I go back to this URL, I can see the admin username and password. So admin, and it has accepted the password, and the admin panel will be shown quickly. And on this exploit GitHub page, we can see how to use this. So installation on Linux, installation on Windows. I will not go into details. So what we can do, we can just start following the steps it has just mentioned. So git clone, I have already done that. So um, in this directory JEXBoss, so ls minus la, so these are some of the files, and then requires dot txt. You need to install your URL label directory and IP address module or command or binary, whatever you call it. So the step is just clone the directory, then pip install the requirements, and then Python jexpy-h to check all the options. And the actual command is for to execute this exploit is to just mention -host and the host address. So let's do that. And this is still stuck here, so I'm not sure if our exploit will turn to success if this will time out like this. So anyways, let's try that. So Python jex boss.py hyphen host, uh, yep, hyphen host, and then complete URL, which is this. Let's paste it here and press enter, and it is checking for some updates or something. Admin console exposed, everything is okay, and now waiting for a couple of seconds. So pausing the video here, not sure how much time it will take. Let's see. Okay, just after 2-3 seconds it says an error occurred while connecting to this URL, maximum tries exceeded, so and read timeout error. So page is responding very slow due to some reason, and it asks for continue only if you have permission. Do you want to try to run an automated exploitation via admin console? Why not? Yes, and it is trying to send some exploit. Meanwhile, this is still stuck. Maybe I should cancel this. For your reference, this admin credential will work, and the admin panel will open. I'm not familiar with JBoss, so I have not explored, but you can explore all the option of JBoss, or maybe how we can use to collect more information from the console, or maybe we can use this console to upload some file or something. Maybe this could be one of the exploit, if if there is some vulnerability like that. Okay, so it tried to send the exploit info trying to perform authentication with default credential. It failed, and in this page also it is stuck during authentication. So executing it again one more time, attempt second, and it says vulnerable, and yes, run an automated exploit, successful login. And if I go back here, I don't know, should I attempt to show you one more time, or should I leave it? Um, let's see. So VPN is still running. There's no issue. And if I open TryHackMe page one more time, it is working fine. So something is wrong with this machine, or maybe the JBoss application is too heavy to load. Not sure. So again, it got failed at successfully login, and the next step could be the shell. So attempt number 3. Yes. Yep, this is the console status available, and these are the option to manage the JBoss. So you can go ahead and explore this. So I'm not getting into it too much, just waiting for the shell. Maybe let's just cancel this and wait for the shell. Failed again, attempting one more time. I could have restarted the machine, but the start also takes a lot of time. So let's stay patient and let's see. So finally, there is a success, and I have received the shell. If I type ID, the user says cmnatic, and if I check pwd, I am at root. If I type help, these commands are allowed. So um, what we can check is check the home directory, and if we go back to the TryHackMe page just to check the instructions. So I have obtained the shell. Then the next is find user JBoss flag. So user is JBoss, and we need to find its flag. It's quite simple. So we can see slash home, there is a user called JBoss, and one is cmnatic. So before going to JBoss, let's check the current user uh, profile, cmnatic, and it has 2 files. So cat home cmnatic slash JBoss. Nothing is there, it is empty. This command is still coming, this output is coming every time, so I'm just ignoring it. So the file is empty, and if we check the size of the file, it has some size, but maybe we are not able to read that. Anyways, check let's check the to do.txt. So it says something something and things to do, update my Java. I have heard it's kind of insecure, and made sure that I am not an administrator account. So things I have done today. So for sure this user is not having appropriate permission that we can use. So let's check the JBoss user now, slash home slash JBoss, and it's gives us some note here. So if we go ahead and check the output of note, cat note, um, okay, sorry. So cat slash home slash JBoss slash note. So it says following you, hi, hey JBoss, following your email, I have tried to replicate the issue, blah blah blah, and then I don't know, and I have reset your password as requested. Make sure not to tell it anyone, and password is this. I have just masked few characters for this video, and it is from CMnatic to JBoss. So now we have username and password of JBoss. We can go ahead and log in with this user, SSH JBoss at what is the IP? It is 10.10.49.212. Password starts with L and with S, and ID JBoss. First thing first, if we have password, we can check sudo minus L. We can see we can run slash user bin find as root. So, and maybe before going to the privilege escalation part, let's find out the flag of JBoss user. So find user JBoss flag. So quite simple, ls minus la, there's a note and there's a hidden file with the dot, that is jboss.txt. The flag is in this file. We can read this file, and let's go back to our previous part. So we know we can run the find command and we can check some GTFO bin stuff if we have some syntax readily available for find. For sudo, yes, we have sudo find dot, and then using execute switch we can execute anything, and then hyphen quit. So copy, paste, and uh, we are root, and we are at JBoss directory. Can we read um, root flag? Yes, we can. And this is the end of lab. So find use JBoss flag and then the uh, uh, root flag. So there is one more thing to do. As per hints, we need to use raw queue, because the content of this root flag is actually not a flag that we can submit. So let me show you. Root.txt, and it's look like a base64 thing, but if we uh, exit, control C, clear, and if we uh, do base64 minus B, it is not accepting it, maybe due to some UTF characters or something. But if I search for base64 decoding, base64decode.org, if I check just some random site, it is able to decode it. Now this is also not the exact flag which is requested, and this is a MD5 hash. So you can check that using uh, hash identifier command, paste, and if we scroll up, it says possible hashes MD5 for domain cached credentials. So This is MD5, and you can, from here you can export this to hash, what I'm writing here, export it to hash, and then run John hash file name and word list, and then format equal to MD5 raw. I have not exported. Control C, cd dot dot. Now let's export it to hash file, minimizing this, and if we run John MD5 raw, uh, am I missing something? Unknown cipher format defined. Okay, just realized I switched the places. So raw MD5, and it is not showing anything because I have already cracked this hash, and the output of this John will be your flag that you can submit here. That's it. So this is the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed. There are lots of reading stuff mentioned here about serialization and deserialization, so I will recommend to go through it. Those are pretty good articles, and worthy reading. Um, so that's it for today. Just please subscribe and like the video if you have learned something new. If you have any suggestion, just mention it in the comments. Have a great day. Bye bye.